Well, folks, true to my word, here today, 2 days ahead of schedule, thankfully, are my early impressions of Marvel's Loki based on the first episode Glorious Purpose, and there are going to be some spoilers here in relation to the other movies, so go watch those, especially the Endgame. But also, they're great movies, so just started. First off, 10 years later, this episode makes some great use of his character. It's just completely fantastic. And especially with him trying to abscond with the Tesseract, but getting caught by the Time Variance Authority, who also track act variants. And also, even though I'm I'm definitely unfamiliar with concepts of the sacred timeline. It is definitely going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Kind of have already planted the seeds of further how they're going to work with X-Men Fantastic Four in this verse, and even how someone knows Magneto Easter egg, and even more subtle one like how way Loki crashes in Gobi Desert where it gets caught by TVA is eerily similar to how Tony crash lands and would escape from Golmira in the Mark One armor first Iron Man. I always kind of like that. That however a show or film can internally or any fiction universe can internally homage itself when you spin the material, and this one's definitely no exception. I'm also liking Owen Wilson's role as Mobius, as to say, wow, and even just the little things, details episode, like the fact that the timelines still don't affect him from apparently having a classic Josta Cola is not something that messes with timelines at all. I say, oh, I brought back one nostalgic beverage I loved in the past. Really hope we can maybe get another bag if this is the way we can do it. I've really thought of this before, but product placement's definitely going to be changing if streaming is going to be eventually supplant traditional over the air TV. It's not going to happen right away, but it's definitely going to happen within my lifetime. But getting ahead of myself. I really love how the series is also definitely, much like I point out how the Bad Batch is going to be linking to the other trilogies as well as the other Star Wars cartoons, but also how this series is definitely going to be linking to not just the previous movies they've done, and not just the ones they've alluded to in this episode, but also the ones of Phase 1 and 5. I don't know about any of these leaks rumors I've heard, but that's basically what I've been suggesting. If they wanted to use whose characters whose that did not survive the events in the Infinity Saga, which they are pointing out here, they would have to make a prequel or set the story in an alternate timeline. So there's that. And so I'm definitely going to be keeping up with these like I was with WandaVision back when I was a Soldier. Once again, very glad the ball's rolling again. And I noticed that they managed to make this work given how I think they were also setting this up in 2019 before Disney Plus even went live, which is still before time, long ago, and they managed to use like a minimal amount of cast and crew, thankfully, to maintain social distance setting. And I just hope people are going to be okay because someone else got sick on the set of the next Mission Impossible. Insert a medic, but actually a kind of relevant rant here, but still. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I'll definitely see you all next week. My next vlog on this, as well as my look at Luca. I'm still probably going to talk about In the Heights on Friday. I know a new Space Jam trailer just has dropped as well. I'll probably be addressing that after it breaks a million views. Much like I did the last one, and I will definitely Hey, okay, hey, definitely. I'll talk to y'all later. Hmm.